back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mollie. You can also call me Shiko, and if you are a returning subscriber, you are the OG, and thank you so much for always coming back to my channel. So as you guys can see from the title of the video, I am here to spill the tea. I am here to say everything and to give you the juice. I hope you guys enjoy. Grab yourself a snack, grab yourself some coffee, because right now it's raining and I hope you can hear me properly. I have a mic on here, so I bet you guys are going to be able to hear me, but it is raining heavily outside. Anyways, let's get into the video. So the last time I was here, I was heavily pregnant. I was about 9 months pregnant. I think after that video I stayed for about 2 weeks or maybe even 1 week, and then I went and gave birth to my baby girl. She's so beautiful, she's the best. I love her so much. So it was on a Saturday, the 6th of March 2021. I had spent my entire day at home because I was feeling so lazy, I was feeling so tired, and then I had cramp-like pains the entire day. So I spent the entire day in my bed. I didn't go out, I didn't go anywhere. So yeah, that was my day the entire Saturday. Yeah? So in the evening, I was preparing dinner. And you know, I was just sitting there with babe, chapaing stories and all. Chapaing stories, wow! Who are you? Tulikuwa tunapiga story as I was making dinner at the same time. So I stood up to go and check on the food, and on my way back, I saw a stain on the couch. Our couch is like super bright there, so any stain is going to be noticeable. So when I came back, I noticed a stain where I was sitting, and I was like, babe, what is that? And both of us were so shocked, and I was so sure it was my bloody show, aka the mucus plug. Mind you, I'm like 1 week away from my due date, because this was on 6th, which was on a Saturday, and my due date was to be the next, I think, was it Saturday or Sunday, was to be on 13th of the same month. So I had like a week to my due date, and because of the theories and the stories you hear, me, I knew like it's either I'll go past the due date or I'll give back like 2 days to my due date, because I'm a first time mom, and usually first time moms go past their due dates. So I was hoping that my baby would come earlier, but I somehow like felt like she was going to come after my due date. So when I saw the stain, I freaked out. I was like, wow, it's go time. At this point, mind you, I was having cramps. But the moment I saw the stain, I was like, yeah, I'm in labor, I'm about to give birth, my baby's coming out right now. I was freaking out. Like, I was so anxious, I was so nervous, I was so scared. And then I told myself, you know what, kuna curfew, you're not going anywhere, so just relax, madam, relax, you know what's happening. At this point, I was like telling myself, no, the baby's not coming tonight, so just relax. And I had packed the baby's bag, but I had not packed stuff. So I was freaking out. I was like, wow, what if I need to go to the hospital and I've not packed my things? So I was paranoid at this point. My paranoia was like way over here. I came to the bedroom and then I started packing my things, you know, preparing myself mentally. And then I also had open hair. I had planned the next day, which was on a Sunday, that I'd get like braids, like big braids. That when it's go time, like my hair is braided. So and then I started freaking out again. Oh my god, my hair is not done. Like my hair is retouched, so it wasn't that bad, but it was open. So I was like, I don't want to go to the hospital with open hair like this. So I sat down in front of the mirror with my labor. I started braiding my hair. Dead in the night, I started braiding my hair. At this point, the pain was like, I'd say a 3. It wasn't that, but because I was still breathing through them, I was still talking through them. So it wasn't that bad at this point, yeah. So after I was done packing my bag and braiding my hair, I tried to sleep. I slept for about an hour, and then I woke up. It was already 5 a.m. at this point, and I was in pain still. I was still having contractions, and then that is when I was like, you know what? These are not just false labor. This is it. Like, this is it, because like, they were constant throughout the night. They were consistent throughout the night. Yeah. So I woke up and walked into the shower, and as I was showering, my waters broke. And when my waters broke, that is when I was like, yeah, it's going down today. It's today, yes, it's today. There's no way I'm escaping this. Baby's coming today. She's ready to come. And when I came out of the shower, I told, at this point, like, we were ready. We knew we were going to the hospital, just to be sure, because I'm a first-time mom. We know nothing about labor, we know nothing about childbirth, other than what we've read and what we've heard from people. So because I had had pains the entire night, we were prepared to go to the hospital. So hata nikienda kuoga, like, I knew I'm going to shower so that we can go to the hospital. If it's not labor, then we'll just come back home. So when my waters broke, when I was in the bathroom, that is when I knew, like, yes, it's go time and the baby's coming. So yeah, definitely have to go to the hospital. So after I came out of the shower, I came back to the bedroom. I realized we had our laundry done. Our laundry was not folded. Like, it was just sitting there on a basket, and I was like, you know what, babe, atuendi hosi. He was like, nini atuendi hosi? I'm like, mi siwezi enda hosi, lazima nguo zimejaa hapa. I'm not going anywhere with all these clothes. Yeah? So we have to fold the clothes, hang whatever needs to be hung, so that we can go to the hospital. He was like, but babe, you're in labor na tujui nini inaendelea, mtu anaweza come anytime, let's go. I'm like, no, my baby is not coming into such a messy bedroom. You have to take care of this first so that I can go to the hospital. So 5 in the morning, Jiko, her labor pains, started folding clothes and hanging clothes. So I made sure the house is tidy, I made sure the bedroom is tidy, and that is when I said, yeah, so now we can go. And then as we were about to go, I was like, you know what, me nasikia njaa, I'm so hungry, and I don't want bread, I don't want anything, so just warm some food for me and give me food. I need food. And that was so crazy, because thinking about it right now, I'm like, what if I gave birth in the house? What if I never go to the hospital? Because the hospital we are going to is 1 hour. It's a 1 hour drive from where I live. Like, the hospital is so far away. And I was just there wasting time, and I didn't know what was going on. But at this point, I had lost my mucus plug, my waters had broken, I was in labor, and I'm still demanding for food. So I sat down, I ate my food, and took a cup of chocolate, hot chocolate, and then we left the house. So at this point, when we were leaving, it's 6 a.m. So at this point, I had already called my taxi guy. He arrived like at around 6 a.m. or 3 minutes past 6 a.m. We got into the car, and as we were leaving, it's like 5 minutes away from the highway. So as we were leaving, just to go and now join the highway and go to the hospital, babe asked the guy, so how much are you going to charge us? This is the hospital we are going to. We have to charge how much? And he gave us such a ridiculous quote, and I was like, oh my god, please get me out of this car, because this guy is not taking me anywhere. Mbona naturukilia bei hivyo? Like, I was so pissed, and I got out of the car. Like, what was I thinking? I got out of the car, and I was like, no, we are going to find another means of transport. We are going to find a way that we are going to go to the hospital, but this guy is not taking me to the hospital. And the taxi guy was like, hey, Shiko, relax. I was just kidding. I'm like, you see time ya kujoke? Me, I'm not joking right now. Me, I'm in pain. I need to go to the hospital. So this is not time to joke. So are you taking us or not? This is how much we're going to pay you. Are you going to take us? He's like, yeah, it's okay. Let's go. So yeah, we went to the hospital. So when we got to the hospital, I was still in pain, but not as much. So I would just pace around before I got admitted and before I got checked. So I would just pace around the hospital, breathe through the contractions and all. And so it was time to be checked. And when they checked me, they told me, Mollie, you are 3 centimeters dilated. and I was so happy. I obviously didn't expect to be 3 centimeters dilated. That is around 8 a.m. in the morning. I didn't expect to be 3 centimeters dilated. I maybe expected a 1 or a 2, but I was 3 centimeters dilated. So we started they told me, now you're not going to go back home, we're going to admit you. I was like, okay. So we started the process of admission. And by the time this process was done, like getting the papers, blah, 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 paying some rewards, all that stuff, by the time we were done, it was like around 11. At this point, I'm still in pain, but my labor is not progressing. Like, I'm still in pain, but not as much pain. Like, I'm still walking around, I'm still pacing, I'm still talking, I'm still laughing, I'm outside basking, So the nurses were like, this one, So when I got admitted, the first thing I was given was a very small tablet. Like, kama Piriton, mvunjanishe mara 4. It was so tiny, and I was told this one is going to kickstart things, and this will get things started. So it's like a form of inducing. So you're going to put this tablet under your tongue, and when it dissolves, you're going to drink water. I was like, oh, okay. So she explained to me everything, obviously, and then she asked me, do you have any questions? I was like, no, I don't have any questions. So she also told me that we're going to give you this tablet every 2 hours for 6 hours, and if it doesn't work, we're going to now induce you again. I was like, oh, okay. So they gave me the first piece of the tablet. I put it under my tongue, and then it dissolved, and then I took some water. Friends, let me tell you, I didn't even need to take the second dose, because that first one, my goodness, in 10 minutes, the pain was like at a 5 now. Before I was even given the tablet, I was like, but this is labor. But it's not that painful. Why do people exaggerate? Why do women exaggerate this thing? I know it's not painful. It's not that bad. See me, I'm still talking. See me, I'm still walking. It's not that bad. Let me tell you, Maina. Yeah? Hey. Shortly after I took that tablet, my goodness me, I was in so much pain. At this point, my pain was like at a 5. It was still very manageable. So I decided to just rest. I just lay on the bed. So I was just there, and then the pain was increasing. This was around now 1. So the pain was there, it was increasing, and then the midwife, one of the midwives came and told me, Mollie, you need to pace around, you need to walk so that it can help push the baby down. And then I was all alone in this labor ward. There was no one there. I was alone. I was the only person. It was just me and 2 midwives. That was it. And then it's supposed to host around 6 people, and I was alone. Yeah, 6 people, and I was alone in the labor ward. So I was just there. So I just had my freedom. I'm alone. So I was just pacing around. And then at around 3, they needed to check. They told me, let's go to check how you're progressing. And then when I went and they checked me, they told me, oh wow, Mollie, you're progressing really well. You're at 6 centimeters. You're 6 centimeters dilated. And I was so happy. I was like, yes, I'm going to give birth soon. And but it's not that bad. It's not that painful. What do people even see? Now that was around 3 when they checked me, right? By the time 5 ilikuwa inafika. At this point now the pain is over 10. We are at a solid 15 at this point. I was in so much pain. Have you ever felt pain? You can't cry. Like hata machozi haiwezi toka. It's like someone is stabbing your back and your lower, like it's, how do I even explain this pain? It's like cramps. Really, really bad cramps, period cramps times 1000, and then someone stabbing you at your lower back. It was so bad. I felt like I was dying. Like me, niliona kifo by the way. Here, labor is not a joke, my friend. It's not a joke. I was in so much pain. so much pain that you can't even talk. You can't even breathe, leave alone talking. You know, before I was like practicing breathing, you know, when a contraction comes, I was like, at this point, it got to a point that when a contraction came, I just stood still and held my breath. Because, hey, me, I've never felt such pain. Hey. So the next time they were checking me again, it was around 7:30. They told me they'd check me again after, I think, around 4 hours or so. And these were 4 hours of misery, 4 hours of pain. When that was not even it. I was not even anywhere close to the pain that I was about to feel. I tried to avoid being checked so many times. So when they told me they were going to check me again after 4 hours, I was like, yeah, nitavumilia hadi hizo 4 hours ziishe, because being checked, like how dilated you are, is not fun and games. It's so uncomfortable. The first time it was painful. The second time it was not painful, because the first time I didn't know what to expect. I was shocked. I was traumatized. My goodness me. How are you putting your entire hand, like, oh my God. Now this was the third time they were checking me, because I was checked in the morning, and then at 3:30, and then now at around 7:30. That was the third time they were checking me. So when she checked me, she was like, oh Molly, you're progressing really well. You are at a solid 8 centimeters. And I was like, hooray, thank you Jesus, I am totally acing this, I'm doing it. And I was so happy. And then she told me, I'm going to do something I'm going to do something that will help you progress even faster. I was like, yeah, come on, do it. Like, what haven't I seen at this point? Just do it. Let me tell you, I was not prepared. She didn't prepare me enough. Why? She didn't prepare me psychologically, mentally. She did not prepare me physically, because the pain I was about to feel, where she did something called a membrane sweep. My friend, it felt like she was ripping my uterus, she was ripping my tummy, she was ripping my back. It was so painful. I just remember trying to reach out for her hands to stop whatever she was doing, because it was so painful. But she was like a second she was done. She was like, yeah, that's it. And I was in so much pain, God. But the minute she swept the membrane or whatever she did in there, like that stinging pain, that throbbing pain, like went away. And then now she was like, now your labor is going to be more painful, but that is now going to help you progress faster. My contractions were like 3 or 2 minutes apart, and they lasted for a solid 45, between 45 to 60 seconds. Let me tell you, that was painful. Can you imagine 1 minute of throbbing pain in your lower abdomen, in your lower tummy, and then this pressure in your ass, and then this, I don't even know how to explain this kind of pain. It was so much pain. The worst cramps that you can imagine in your lower tummy. Feels like someone is literally squeezing and stabbing and doing all sorts of things in your lower abdomen. And then there's this pressure that is just sitting in your ass. So much pressure that you feel like something is about to rip its way out of your body. It was so much pain. And then they lasted for a whole minute. I was in misery. I was in so much pain. God. Funny enough, I had 2 midwives, yeah? Both of them had gone out to get some coffee, because the hospital that I was in, there's a canteen somewhere. There's like, it's like a whole restaurant. So they had gone outside to get some tea or coffee. I don't know what they had gone to get, but they had gone to get either tea or coffee. And then they had left someone, a guy, there just to keep an eye on me, because as I said, I was the only one in the labor room. So they had left a guy to, I think he was a nurse or he was a trainee or something. They had left him there to keep an eye on me. And I remember calling him and asking him, hi, how are you? Where have they gone? And he's like, yeah, they've gone out to get some tea. And I told him, I feel like I need to go for number 2. He's like, normally wait, just wait, don't push, don't do anything, just wait, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll wait. Friends, I didn't even wait for 5 minutes. I called him again and told him, excuse me, what is your name? He was like, my name is Andrew. I was like, Andrew, now do this, go call them or give them a call, tell them to come. I need to go to the bathroom. He was like, no, Molly, wait. I was like, no, I'm not even waiting. I'm not even pushing. My body is pushing itself. Let me tell you, I was so annoyed. Because this entire time I was listening to my body. As much as this was the best hospital that I could have gone to, I needed to advocate for myself, and I also needed to like listen to my body. So I was like, Andrew, it's not even me, like my body's telling me it's time to push, and I feel like I really need to go for number 2, so please just call them. And I think he called them, and then they came in and they were like, Mollie, Ati, how are you feeling? I was like, yep, I feel like I really have to go for number 2 really bad, and I need to poop. They were like, yep, the baby is almost here. So she told me, let's go to the delivery room. I was like, oh my God, am I supposed to walk in this pain? And they were like, yeah, you need to walk, which will also help the baby drop down even more. I was like, wow. The most painful part is when like you're transitioning. Like transitioning is the most painful part of labor. For me, it was the most painful part of labor. Transitioning is when like your baby's head is like going down the birth canal, like separating, like I'm not sure, but separating like your pelvis bone and like squeezing its way through. And let me tell you, that is the worst. Now that is when you feel like going for number 2. That is when you feel all the pressure. That is when you feel all the pain. That is when you feel like literally you're going crazy. At this point, I was sweating. Mimi si sweating by the way. I never drip like sweat on my face. But that day, mimi nilikuwa nina sweat like no one's business. I was sweating. I soldiered on and I walked into the delivery room, and she checked me and she was like, it's go time, you're 10 centimeters dilated, it's time to push. So on your next contraction, push. Like I was not prepared. Am I supposed to push when I'm feeling pain? That is the time I'm supposed to push? She's like, yes, whenever you have a contraction, push. When the contraction stops, take a breather. And then when you have another contraction, push. For first time moms, labor usually might go on for such a long time, and even pushing the period, the delivery time might also be a long time. For me, I was pushing for a whole 30 minutes, my friend, because when I got to the delivery room, it was around 10:05. And baby arrived at 10:35. So for a whole 30 minutes, I was pushing, taking breaks and pushing. And the reason why I was pushing for that long is because my contractions were so short. Even the midwives thought I was lying to them. They were like, is that it? Is the contraction gone? I'm like, yeah, I'm not in pain. And then another contraction would come so strongly, and then it would not last for long. It would only last for a couple of seconds. And that was not enough for me to push out the baby. So that is why pushing took so long. Surprisingly, this moment of pushing was such a relief for me, because every time I would feel a contraction, I was like, yep, come on baby, please be strong enough so that I can push this baby out of me, because I was like, I need to get this child out of my body because it's killing me. And it got to a point like the midwife was telling me, Mollie, you have to be strong, you have to keep pushing because we don't want the baby to get tired. So you have to, lazima ujikaze. Give me a wet towel, please. A wet towel, I need to wipe my face because I was sweating at this point. And they were so nice. They wiped my face, and I asked for some drinking water, and I took some water, and I was like, yep, it's go time. And in the next 2 or 3 pushes, the baby was out. As soon as her head was out, you feel like like the entire body just slid out. Yeah, and it was such a beautiful moment when I had her cry. She had her cord around her neck, so she came out, they took the cord, and she immediately started crying, and they placed her on my chest. It was the most beautiful moment of my life. Oh my gosh. It was the most beautiful moment of my life, and she was so beautiful. She was so perfect. At this point, I was bawling my eyes out shamelessly. I was crying like a baby. I remember when she came out, the first thing I said was, "Thank you, Jesus." We went for a short commercial break. Someone decided to wake up and join us. Hi, how are you? How was your nap? Are you done? Really? As we had some time for skin to skin, as she was still on my chest, they took her away, and then they went ahead and started checking on her just to make sure she was okay. Unfortunately, I got a tear. I think it's because I had labored for so long. Okay, my labor in general, I labored for 24 hours, but now the active labor was like for around 9 hours. That is still quite a long time, and I also pushed for such a long time. I think that is why I got a tear. So I got a second degree tear. So as they were stitching me up, they were checking on her, bathing her, and they also dressed her for me. And yeah, that was it. As soon as they were done stitching me up, I walked back to my bed. Friends, I walked back. As in, women are so strong. I have so much respect for women after I delivered my baby, because even through that much pain, I walked back to my bed and sat down and fed her. Yeah, that is my labor and delivery story. I thank God, everything that I had prayed for, everything that we had hoped for, everything went so smoothly, everything went so perfectly, and it was our answered prayer. She's here and she's making way too much noise, but you know, we're talking about her, so she has a right to make all that noise. Yeah, so that was my labor and delivery story. If you're a new mom, how was it for you? And if you are an expecting mom, sorry if I've scared you, but it's such a beautiful moment. It's such a beautiful thing to go through all that and to see your baby. Yeah, and we thank God we are both happy and healthy, and I'm 2 months postpartum and she's 2 months old. Before I forget, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. You are strong, you are phenomenal. Happy Mother's Day to you all. You're loved and you are appreciated, and have a blast, take a break, and treat yourself. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.